Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayom Vishnupada Paramahansa Paribhaja Kacharya Ashtotara Satishishimad Say Bhaktivedanta Swami Mathurā Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitalila Pravishtam Vishnupada Ashtotara Satishishimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Shad Goswami Ki प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत राधा शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपकुंड श्यामकुंद राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की सामवेद भक्तवृंद की श्री जुगदार हरिनाम संकीर्तन की Brihat Midanga ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Guru, Shri Gaurang. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 47th chapter, text number 21. Just one. Before I start, I beg the mercy of all the Vaishnavas present here that I may say something meaningful, which is, although highly theoretical, because as many previous speakers have said, I have no qualification for this subject matter, probably no qualification at all, but anyway, it's my duty to try to say something in the service of Srila Prabhupada and the Vaishnavas. Apibhatta madhu-puryām ārya-putro dhunāste. Smarati pitṛ-gehān saumya bandhūṁś gopān. Kvacid sakatāna kiṅkarīṇāṁ gṛṇīte bhujam aguru-sugandhaṁ adhāsyat kadā apibatu madhu-puryām ārya-putro dhunāste smarati sa pitṛ-gehān saumya bandhūṁś gopān kvacid sakatāna kiṅkarīṇāṁ gṛṇīte bhujam aguru-sugandhaṁ mūrdhny yastat kadā bhujam aguru-sugandhaṁ mūrdhny kadā dhunāste pitṛ-gehān saumya bandhūṁś gopān kvacid sakatāna kiṅkarīṇāṁ aguru-sugandhaṁ mūrdhny adhāsyat kadā madhu-puryām ārya-putro dhunāste smarati pitṛ-gehān saumya bandhūṁś bhujam kvacid sakatāna kiṅkarīṇāṁ gṛṇīte aguru-sugandhaṁ adhāsyat kadā. Vaishnavis. Aguru-sugandhaṁ mūrdhny bata madhu-puryām ārya-putro dhunāste smarati pitṛ-gehān saumya bandhūṁś aguru-sugandhaṁ Api, certainly, bata, regrettable, madhu-puryām, in the city of Mathurā, ārya-putro, the son of Nanda Mahārāja, adhunā, now, āste, resides, smarati, remembers, sa, he, pitṛ-gehān, the household affairs of his father, saumya, O great soul, Uddhava, bandhūṁś, his friends, cha, and gopān, the cowherd boys, kvacid, sometimes, api, or, sa, he, kadā, talks, na, of us, kiṅkarīṇāṁ, of the maidservants, gṛṇīte, relates, bhujam, hand, aguru-su-gandham, having the fragrance of aguru, mūrdhny, on the head, adhāsyat, will keep, kadā, when, nu, maybe. Translation and purport by the servants of Srila Prabhupada. O Uddhava, it is indeed regrettable that Krishna resides in Mathurā. Does he remember his father's household affairs and his friends, the cowherd boys? O great soul, does he ever talk about us, his maidservants? When will he lay on our heads his aguru-scented hand? So everyone can please repeat. O Uddhava, it is indeed regrettable that Krishna resides in Mathurā. Does he remember his father's household affairs and his friends, the cowherd boys? O great soul, does he ever talk about us, his maidservants? When will he lay on our heads his aguru-scented hand? Purport. The translation and word meanings for this verse are taken from Srila Prabhupada's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi 668. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti writes very poetically with deep spiritual insight about the emotions expressed in this and the previous 9 verses. He interprets Radharani's feelings as follows. Srimati Radharani thought, since Krishna was once satisfied in Braja but left for Mathurā city, won't he also develop a desire to leave that place and go somewhere else? Mathurā is so close to Vrindavan that it's possible he may even come back here. Om Jnana-timirandasya Vinanjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Tadati Swapatantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I stopped here in the purport because this is a rather long series of questions. So up to this point, well actually up to the point of the previous verse, all of the statements of Srimati Radharani are critical, heavy, as yesterday Mukundadat Prabhu said, just practically a whirlwind of emotions. So this is Chitra Jalpa. So Chitra also means decoration. So it means that Srimati Radharani is the most highly decorated person in existence with transcendental emotions of Mahabhava. No one can even understand them. Even the greatest sages, as Rupa Goswami says in his prayer, Radhe Radhe Jaya Madhava Daite, that we should not consider that Srimati Radharani is any kind, we can't even compare her. Even the great sages, the four Kumaras, they are glorifying her. Srila Prabhupada explaining that song, he said, how can we understand Srimati Radharani? That she is, that everyone is looking for Krishna. No, everyone, everywhere in the world, everywhere in the universe, everyone is looking for Krishna, either directly or indirectly, mostly indirectly, but some directly. We're trying to go from indirect to direct as much as possible. So, but Krishna is looking for Radha. So who can understand how great she is? So she is manifesting all of these emotions, just like it was mentioned yesterday, hatred, envy. On the one hand, it's difficult to understand that. On the other hand, aham sarvasya prabhavamata sarvam pravartate. Everything is coming from Krishna. Everything is emanating from Krishna. And therefore, hatred, envy, all these things must have their origin in Krishna Lila. Otherwise, where do they come from? But when they're expressed in the spiritual world, in spiritual rasa, they increase the rasa, they increase the ecstasy, they increase the remembrance in separation. But now, in the previous verse, the bee has come back. Of course, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, he may not have ever left, but Srimati Radharani, in her ecstasy, could not see that he was still there. This is called prema vaicitya. Just like one time, Radha and Krishna were sitting together, and some bees came. Sometimes this is related by different Vaishnavas. Sometimes it says many bees or one bee. So Radharani moved her hand, but the bee kept coming back. And so Krishna moved his hand, and the gopis, they moved their hand. And then the gopis said that Madhusudana has gone, meaning the bee. But Radharani is sitting right next to Krishna. She is thinking, Krishna's gone, Krishna's left. Although she's right there, she's feeling intense separation. So this is prema vaicitya. And as Mukundadat Prabhu mentioned yesterday, where do we find this highest manifestation of prema vaicitya? In Kurukshetra. There Radharani is right there, Krishna is right before her, and she's speaking to him. And But she says, one beautiful verse, which is in chapter 13 of Madhya Lila, she says that that anyera hridaya mana, mūrdhny mana Vrindavan. That other people, their mind and their heart are the same. Which means for ordinary people like me and like others that are in that category of ordinary, maybe I haven't even made it that far, So our heart generally follows the mind. So therefore, of course, Krishna says, Jayato vishaya pumsam. Be very careful what you meditate on, because your heart will go there. So try to meditate on Krishna, Krishna Balaram, Sisi Radha Shyam Sundar, Sisi gṛṇīte, the Vaishnavas. But my mind is only in Vrindavan. It cannot leave Vrindavan. So therefore my heart is always in Vrindavan. And therefore seeing you here, because mani vani pikari jani, my heart cannot go anywhere else. And therefore, seeing you here, I can't see you. I see you, but I'm thinking about under the kadamba trees in Vrindavan. No. This is the only place I can really see you. This is the only place I can feel everything that's being stated here. And then she says, Tahan tumara padadvaya kathā jari Uddhava. So if you can please place your lotus feet again in Sri Vrindavan Dham, then tabi tomara purva kripa mani, then I would think that you have given me your full mercy. Otherwise, all through these, even through her seemingly critical, but at the same time, begging for Krishna's mercy. All through that, she's feeling this situation is incomplete. This is an incomplete situation. Now, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was speaking to Jagannath in the Rath Yatra, expressing the mood of separation, she said that, I can understand. You abandoned us so many times. And she's saying this all through the previous verses, the 9 verses. She's saying this again and again, that we gave up everything. We gave up everything for your sake. And now we gave up everything and you gave us up. So where is your promise? No. You told us after the brief separation in the Rasa Lila, although shunyayitam jagat sarvam, govinda virdahena me, that separation seemed like so long. Prabhupada says 12 years for the gopis, thousands of years, millions of years. And you said to us, it sounded very good at the time, that na parayam, na niravadya samyujam, that how can I possibly repay you? Swasadu kutyam, how can I make up for this? Abhidha, that even if I had the lifetime of Brahma or the demigods, I could not compensate. So you said this is very beautiful, that you spoke about our situation. What is our situation? Dur-jara-geha shrinkala sambricha. That we have given up the chains of family attachment. And therefore I can't compensate. The only compensation, patiyatu sadhuna, is your own devotion, your own dedication. It's far greater than anything I could give. Just like when Sudam Brahman went to see Krishna in Dwarka. No. And of course, the queens were amazed, especially Rukmini, amazed that this Brahman, even Sudam thought, when he saw everyone so beautifully dressed, and and he thought, they're just going to kick me out, and I'm dressed in rags, But he thought, but everybody he walked right into Krishna's palace. Krishna sat him down on the bed and began to worship him. And then they sat and had friendly talks. And at the end of the talks, Krishna said, "You have something for me." And of course, Sudam was hiding it. All this opulence. And I'm going to give him some broken rice? No. Of course, when Sudam appeared later on, he was actually in the form of Shuklambar Brahmachari. And again, but that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu grabbed the rice, and Krishna grabbed the rice, and he said, he started eating it 1-2 grains, and then Rukmini said, "No more. If you take more, I cannot compensate." So then they spoke all night. Sudam left the next day, and he was thinking in his mind that Krishna didn't give me anything. Rukmini was saying she would give me nothing, but he knows that if I had anything, I would become bewildered. Krishna is so wonderful. This is how devotees should think. We're never deprived of anything. Krishna is giving us the wealth of pure devotion. By whatever means he deems necessary, through his energies or personally, depending on the level of devotion of the devotee. But Krishna was thinking, my devotee has defeated me. Because he gave me more than he had, and I cannot give him more than I have, because everything belongs to me. Therefore, he has defeated me. So, this is the nature of these interchanges, that so intimate. So Srimati Radharani, form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, said to Jagannath, I can understand. You've abandoned us so many times. No mystery there. But what about Nanda Mahārāja and Yashoda Mai? What about your friends? She mentions here the friends, the cowherd boys. What about these bandhus so intimately related to you? What about them? And then she makes a stronger statement, very heavy. She says, just in the same mood as these verses, that how can you, Nanda Mahārāja and Yashoda Mai practically are dying without your association. Do you want to kill them? Is that your goal? Is that your objective? No, she's really thinking, Krishna, we've tried so many times to, convince him, but he abandons us. So, but what about your parent? This was also mentioned in previous verses. Even before these 10 verses started, it was mentioned. What about Nanda and Yashoda? And within the verses twice, what about Nanda and Yashoda? No. Here, what about Nanda and Yashoda? No. So, and then of course, Jagannath says to Lord Chaitanya, I want to come back. So this is the basis of the explanation that Vishwanath will give here. But I just have a few more, two or four more demons to kill. No. And then I'll come back. No. So this is the background of this particular verse. So then the purport continues. Krishna is the son of a respectable gentleman. The term here is ārya-putro. Nanda Mahārāja. So he must be staying in Mathurā because of his sense of obligation to his father, who authorized his going there. So Of course, Nanda Mahārāja didn't really authorize it. Krura convinced Nanda Mahārāja that Krishna must come. So in one sense he authorized it, but he said, I will go with him. And he went. But she's saying he was incapable of bringing Krishna back. He was totally incapable of bringing Krishna back. On the other hand, while Nanda's whole life is dedicated exclusively to Krishna, Nanda is so innocent that he allowed himself to be tricked by the yadus. No. There's always this battle. Even sometimes we sing here, Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama. But actually, the residents of Vrindavan don't like that song because you mentioned the Yadavas. These Yadus, they have taken Krishna. No. They tricked Nanda Mahārāja, who brought Krishna to Mathurā. But Krishna must be thinking. Here she is expressing great hope. No. Great hope. Alas, since even my father could not bring me back to Braja, what can I do to return there? Thus Krishna must be impatient to come back here. So he has sent you a messenger. So here we see this mood of humility. Now this, first so much challenging, but now the mood of humility. The bee came back, or the bee is now visible again. And now she's speaking to Uddhava, who is the real messenger, who's actually brought the message directly from Krishna. So he must be wanting to come back here. No, if not for us, Nanda Mahārāja and the cowherd boys, he must be wanting to come back here. This must be his desire. So she's great hope and expectation. Then it is only because Nanda is so innocent that he allowed his son to leave. If Nanda had allowed Krishna's mother, the queen of Braja, to do so, she would have climbed onto Akura's chariot and holding her son by the neck, gone on off to Mathurā with him, followed by the gopis. But this was not possible. So she says this because Yashoda would have brought Krishna back. No. Her motherly affection would not have allowed Krishna to stay there, no matter what comes, or anybody, or the yadus. But Nanda Mahārāja is innocent. No. He's respectful. He doesn't have this mother. Indirectly, she's also saying Yashoda's love is the greatest love. It's even greater than Nanda Mahārāja's love. No. She couldn't have allowed, but it was not possible for her to go. So, then, even since Krishna left, Nanda has been stunned by separation from him. And Nanda's treasury rooms, storehouses, kitchens, sleeping quarters, opulent houses, and so on are now vacant. So here, in the verse, it says, pitṛ-gehān. So gehān is in the plural. Many houses. This is also kind of a little bit of a challenging, respectful, that in Gokula, there were so many disturbances. And Nanda Mahārāja, he uprooted the whole community. Just like maybe some of you, especially grihastas, have had to move. Such an endeavor. What to speak of somebody's moving, you have a whole house for furniture and all these, and you have to move it all. Such an endeavor. Imagine uprooting a whole community and taking everyone with all their belongings to Nandagram. So, many houses, otherwise he made a house for you. Then there was some disturbance. He took everybody, he made another house for you, he made a community for you. No. Have you forgotten about all this? And look at the state of these things now, unswept and uncleansed. They are littered with grass, dust, leaves, and cobwebs. Otherwise, that doesn't sound like very clean. But they can't even stand to go in and clean them because feeling such separation from Krishna. So these were not only houses, but these were lila sthanas. These were places where Krishna's intimate pastimes were carried out. And therefore, how can anyone even go in there, and feel that separation? Just like Mukunda Prabhu mentioned yesterday, that people kissing the Highway 5 because it goes to Jagannath Puri. So, Srimati Radharani, she speaks at the end of this verse about the aguru-scented arms of Krishna. And it's stated by Jiva Goswami that her meditation on Krishna is so intense that when she meditates like this, she is actually smelling the aguru through her meditation. The smell is actually there. Just like a smell, if we talk about a smell of aguru or anything, it's abstract until you actually smell it. But her meditation is so great that she can personify or make something become present physically just by her meditation. So does Krishna ever remember his father's houses? And how does he sometimes remember Subal and his other friends who are now lying stunned in other neglected houses? Otherwise, everything is being neglected. Is this negligence something conscientious? Are you doing it consciously? Or are you doing it, is it circumstance? She's favoring circumstance. She wants Krishna's favor. She doesn't want this bee or Uddhava to go away. She already experienced that. They've already experienced separation from Krishna for so long. So now she's making a heartfelt plea. The women in Mathurā, who now associate with Krishna, cannot know how to serve him in the way that pleases him most. When they see he is not satisfied and ask how they can make him happy, does he tell them about us gopis? No. Otherwise, now she is manifesting, she is exclaiming the glory of the gopis' service to Krishna. It cannot be equaled, and it certainly cannot be excelled by these sophisticated women, who previously, she said, don't think you can bewilder them. Of course, you can attract anyone, but how long will it last? These are sophisticated women. They will, they'll figure it out how you're planning to cheat them. But you can cheat us, again and again, and we won't go away. So she's speaking in that mood. Does he tell them about us? And actually, he did tell them at just before he visited Vrindavan. He became so overwhelmed in the thoughts of Vrindavan that at night he started out speaking the names of the cows. They tolerated that. Then another night he spoke the names of the cowherd boys. But we can tolerate that. But then he started speaking the names of the gopis. No, they could not tolerate. We got to do something about this. What are we going to do about Krishna's increasing attachment to Vrindavan? So she's anticipating this. Krishna must tell them, your city ladies cannot please me as much as the gopis of Braja. They are the most expert in stringing flower garlands, perfuming their bodies with ointments, playing various rhythms and melodies on stringed instruments, dancing and singing in the rasa performance, displaying their beauty, charm, and cleverness, and skillfully playing at questions and answers. She's actually saying this also. Don't be disturbed sometimes when we ask challenging questions. It's all part of the Leela. They are especially expert in pastimes of meeting one's lover and showing jealous anger and other signs of pure love and affection. Surely Krishna must know this. Therefore, he'll probably tell the women of Mathurā, my dear women of the Yadu clan, please go back to your families. I no longer desire to associate with you. In fact, I'm going back to Braja early tomorrow morning. This is her hope. This is her eagerness. This must be happening. This must be happening. You sent your messenger here. When will Krishna speak like this and come back here to place his hand fragrant with aguru on our heads? Then he will console us, saying, O beloveds of my heart, I swear to you that I will never abandon you again and go elsewhere. Indeed, I have not been able to find anyone in all the three worlds with even a trace of your good qualities. So this is her great hope. When will this happen? Thus, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti interprets the feelings of Srimati Radharani. The Acharya further explains that the present text displays the speech called sujalpa, as described by Rupa Goswami. Jatyarjavatsa gambhiryam sadainyam sahachapalam sotkantam chahari prishta sa sujalpo nigadyate. When out of honest sincerity a lover questions Sri Hari with gravity, humility, unsteadiness, and eagerness, such speech is known as sujalpa. So the first line of this verse is with gravity. Are you still in Mathurā? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments that actually Krishna or the messengers could not reveal where Krishna is, because if the enemies of Krishna understood that he was outside of Mathurā, in the presence in Gurukula, they might attack Mathurā. So everything, this is all secret information. He cannot reveal. So gravity, where is he? Humility. She doesn't say anything about her feelings now. It's only about Krishna. Unsteadiness. What about all your associates? And then eagerness. When will you come back and embrace us? Concluding this section of chapter 47, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti explains that there are 10 divisions of divine madness, divyonmada, which are expressed by the 10 divisions of chitra-jalpa, or variegated speech or decorated speech. Such divine madness is shown in the special pastime of bewilderment, which is itself part of the supreme bliss Mahabhava of Srimati Radharani. The Acharya quotes the following verses from Rupa Goswami's Ujjvala Nilamani 14, 174 and 178 to 80 to explain these ecstasies. So I'll just read the translation. It is virtually only within the princess of Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani. Princess is mentioned here because in the verse there's reference to the queen of Vrindavan, Yashoda Mai. So she's the princess. She's actually the queen, but she's here mentioned as the princess. That the ecstasy of bewilderment arises. She has attained to a special stage of this bewilderment, a wonderful state that resembles delusion, known as divyonmada. It has many aspects which come and go unsteadily, and one of these manifestations is chitra-jalpa. This talk, induced by her seeing her beloved's friend, is filled with covert anger and comprises many different ecstasies. It culminates in her intense, anxious eagerness. The chitra-jalpa has 10 divisions known as prajalpa, parijalpa, bijalpa, ujjalpa, sanjalpa, avajalpa, abhijalpa, ajalpa, pratijalpa, and sujalpa. Finally, some authorities say that Krishna himself, eager to drink the sweetness of his beloved speech, assumed the form of the messenger bee. So now, at the end of this verse, we have completed the understanding or the manifestation of these ecstasies. The other day, Mother Jaiva Shakti gave such a beautiful explanation of these, the whole panorama, because it's very difficult to take one of these verses out and isolate it. As you, in more philosophical parts of the Bhagavatam, you can take a verse and you can, philosophically explain it independently. But each one of these builds upon one another. The increasing ecstasy of Mahabhava to the point where it comes to the point of avajalpa, practically total rejection. And then now we have sujalpa. Sujalpa means everything becomes harmonized. And this speech is harmonizing speech. And so, on this last point, some authorities say that Krishna himself became the bee. But Krishna, to hear or to see the beauty of the ecstasies of Srimati Radharani, in going back to the Rath-yatra, he makes one statement, and I'll conclude with this. He says that, Hare Krishna, he says that that actually I never left Vrindavan. By the mercy of my deity, Narayan, I have been given a special boon that every day I go to Vrindavan and I reside in your heart. Otherwise, I'm seeing and I'm feeling everything. Don't think that I've neglected you. I cannot bear your separation. And I'm also expecting that within that boon, I'll also be able to enter in the heart of everyone else. Right now, it's only you. Otherwise, he wanted to make sure that she understood. Because as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains, that actually it wasn't Krishna that left the rasa dance, it was Radharani. When she saw that Krishna was dancing with the others and not exclusively with her, she left. So, in order to avoid that, he said to her that, no, I'm just in your heart. I go there. I'm trying to arrange that I could be in everyone's heart, but I'm always there. So, whether Krishna took the form of the bee or he's simply residing in the heart of Srimati Radharani, he is always feeling her intense separation for him, and therefore he is manifesting through that separation in such a way that only Srimati Radharani can experience. So these are some theoretical thoughts, because maybe by the mercy of the holy name and the mercy of the Vaishnavas, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks about the 5 principal angas of bhakti, by sadhu sangha, by the mercy of association with Vaishnavas, Namakirtan, by the mercy of the holy name, and by the mercy of Bhagavata Shravana, of hearing the Bhagavatam, and of course living in a holy place or sanctifying where we live, and worshiping the deity, then I can only pray that someday one particle of one drop of this nectar can enter my consciousness, and I can understand something about this by your mercy. So thank you all very much. These are some thoughts on this very elaborate purport, and so I'll stop here. Any comments or questions? Yes?
If and when we attain that state of
I just have to put in my auxiliary ears so I can hear you.
Said, if and when we attain that state of intense love for Krishna, does that mean we're going to neglect all our duties, responsibilities, and the place will look shambles? When she said that because Krishna wasn't there, that everything was completed, is totally neglected. So do we become irresponsible at that point, or what happens?
Well, I can't tell you because I haven't gotten there, but if that happens, just like one time someone asked Srila Prabhupada, if everyone just chants Hare Krishna and gives up everything, how will the world go on? And Prabhupada said, it will be like Vaikuntha. You know. So if someone achieves that state, then we will all be very happy to serve them. And we will take care of dusting and sweeping and all these things so that that person can illuminate us on Krishna consciousness. That's my understanding. Any other question, comment or question?
Thank you so much for the wonderful class. I was reading one of the anecdotes written by Shrutakirti Prabhu. There Shrutakirti Prabhu was saying that he was feeling very bad when so many devotees were chanting and the tears were coming out whenever they received Prabhupada in the airports. So Prabhu once told this to Prabhupada that I don't have such feelings. I don't have tears coming out of my eyes. So do you think that I don't love you? So Prabhupada kept silent. And then later on, Prabhupada said, do you like serving me? Then Shrutakirti Prabhu said, yes. I like serving you. So then Prabhupada said, that is love, The service is real love. So my question is, when we have so much love for Krishna, do we serve more or we leave our service and just think about Krishna?
Srila Prabhupada said, in relation to that when you actually, if you actually love Krishna, then you will be responsible. Daksha. So Prabhupada said daksha or dakha means that, not that, oh, I love Krishna, I become negligent. No. I will do everything with greater care because I want Krishna's temple, Krishna's altar, Krishna's deity, Krishna's devotees. How can we neglect Krishna's devotees? The 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, they were absorbed in the highest ecstasy, and that highest ecstasy allowed them to give the most nectarian shastra and literature for all of us. So, if someone becomes an ecstatic Babaji beyond our comprehension, still they will chant the holy name and enliven others to chant. So one will never become negligent. It's just that their attention may take a different emphasis, but we will never become negligent. I mean, Srila Prabhupada gave the example. In 1976, Prabhupada was getting a little ill in New York after Rath Yatra. So he came out of the elevator, and one of the devotees said, Srila Prabhupada, maybe you should rest. You've done so much. And Prabhupada took a few steps and he said, just like Arjuna, I will die on the battlefield. And he took a few more steps and he said, and you should do the same. So that's our duty, according to Srila Prabhupada. He felt so much ecstasy in Caracas, in Vrindavan, in Atlanta. He went into ecstasy for a few minutes. But he came back very quickly, and because he had a mission. So we have this mission to perform, and so Prabhupada said so many times, don't try to imitate Sri Haridas Thakur. Just do sincere service. if you're actually on that platform, you will share it very intimately with other persons on that platform, but you will continue to do your service. As Rupa Goswami says, that as long as we are embodied, then we must do sadhana. The body will always try to deviate us. It will always interfere. So we have to do sadhana to keep this body disciplined and not distract us from devotional service. So thank you all very much for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.